Hey there, my name is Ciara, and I'm here to talk to you about how morals are more than a myth. We are taught every day about what is right and wrong and what is acceptable and what is not. Morals are passed down to us by generations of people, teachers, family members, and even archaeologists dating all the way back to the tales of the gods and goddesses of Olympus. We learn from stories such as Achilles, Artemis, and Narcissus and their past failures that there is a moral to everything that we do. Morals are not a myth, but a guideline to follow in order to succeed in future endeavors. Through every story that was told about Greek mythology, they all either had a meaning, lesson, or important take on it that we will eventually go through in our own lives. Now, although every moral we learn to live by is important, some are more important than others. All these tales and their morals can contribute to one bigger moral, one specific deadly sin, and can be considered one of the most paramount moral of all. And that is, of course, pride. Pride is not or should not be everything. It brings out the side of a person that no one likes or would like to be around. Take Bellerophon, for example. He had everything, but what led to his prideful demise was that he was arrogant. In the tale of Bellerophon and Pegasus, Bellerophon was a hero. He was a man that would never shy away from a challenge, that protected people from monsters and armies. He had a sentence for death, but a fate for a hero. He had everything a mortal man could ever want and dream of. He had a family, strength, and honor. But sadly, he had vanity. In the tale of Bellerophon and Pegasus, it read, "At last, as his reputation grew, so did his pride, and one day Bellerophon decided he wished for the greatest gift of all. I will ride my beloved Pegasus to Mount Olympus," he told Phileno. "I will visit the realm of the gods, so that they may honor me." He wanted it all. He took his ego to the next level and wanted things he thought he earned and deserved, but that led him to nearly be killed. Pride is never something you want to lose your entire life over. We are not gods and goddesses. Sadly, we do not get everything we want in life. We do not have the privilege to take what we want without any consequences that follow behind. Edith Hamilton states in her book Mythology, "In certain myths, the greatest sin is when a mortal sees him or herself as an equal or superior to the gods and goddesses. This action by a mortal is called hubris. When a mortal shows superiority over other humans, gods always punish cruelly, because gods think hubris is an unforgiving sin." Aristotle defines hubris in his book Rhetoric as consistence in doing and saying things that cause shame to the victim, simply for the pleasure of it. Retaliation is not hubris, but revenge. Young men and the rich are hubristic because they think that they are better than other people. Gods are more like humans than other gods in different cultures. They act just as jealous as any human, but they have the perks of limitless powers. Therefore, whenever someone commits hubris, they punish them out of spitefulness. An example of hubris is when Arachne thought she could weave just as good as Athena could, and challenged Athena to a weave-off. Arachne clearly won, and Athena got angry. So for Arachne thinking she could be better than Athena, she turned Arachne into a spider, punishing her to weave for an eternity. Athena found this pleasurable and revenge for beating her. Every god and goddess shows pride in one story or another, but instead of fearing it, they show it in a way to live life. The difference between gods, goddesses, heroes, and mortals is that pride defines gods, goddesses, and heroes, whereas for mortals, pride displays a smugness in us. Pride is a part of gods and goddesses' life, but in Greek mythology, it's mostly displayed by heroes. For example, Achilles was a hero in Greek mythology who showed a small moral, a part of pride. That is, everyone has a weakness. He showed pride in his abilities, and because Achilles let his guard down thinking he was the greatest warrior, his pride got the best of him, leading himself into his own death. The consequences of pride is best seen in an abundance of mythology tales, but the question that needs to be asked is, why is there so much pride displayed in these stories? To answer this, they may use pride or other morals involving pride not as a guideline to live by, but as assurance to uphold their place on Olympus, or for the heroes to stay admired. In Greek mythology, everyone wants to be the best, the most honored, or the one with the most strength, but their pride normally gets in the way of that because they do what makes them happy and what makes them feel powerful. Not caring what gods and heroes would think, they make decisions with what satisfies themselves. Hope you enjoyed. Bye!
created using Powtoon.